3 ingredients, 45 seconds, 1 shallow pan. The classic French omelette is the ultimate culinary crucible. A perfectly pale, unblemished yellow exterior, shaped like a sleek almond, hiding a molten, custard-like core the French call bavouze. It requires no specialized equipment, yet it exposes every flaw in a cook's technique. I'm Anna Park, and today we are stripping this legendary dish down to its microscopic mechanics. Everything begins with the structure of the egg. You need 3 large, extremely fresh eggs, weighing exactly 150 grams, or 5.3 ounces total. Crack them into a bowl and add 2 grams, about a half teaspoon, of fine sea salt. Let them sit at room temperature of 21 degrees Celsius or 70 degrees Fahrenheit for exactly 10 minutes. This pre-salting breaks down the proteins, making the yolk and white integrate seamlessly. Using a fork, whisk vigorously for 45 seconds until the mixture is completely homogeneous. No distinct strands of egg white should remain. For true elegance, pass the liquid through a fine mesh sieve. Now for the thermal canvas. You need a 20 centimeter or 8-inch carbon steel or high-quality nonstick skillet. Place it over medium heat and bring the surface temperature to exactly 160 degrees Celsius, which is 320 degrees Fahrenheit. Add 15 grams or 1 tablespoon of unsalted European-style butter. You want to melt this butter for about 30 seconds until it foams furiously, evaporating its water content. But watch it like a hawk. The moment the foam begins to subside, you must add the eggs. If the butter browns, your omelette will taste nutty, which is delicious, but it is no longer a classic French omelette. Pour the 150 grams, or 5.3 ounces, of strained eggs directly into the center of the foaming butter. Immediately, you must agitate the pan. Keep the heat at that steady 160 degrees Celsius, or 320 degrees Fahrenheit. Using a fork or silicone spatula, stir the eggs rapidly in a circular motion while violently shaking the pan back and forth. You are doing this for exactly 20 to 25 seconds. We are trying to create the smallest possible curds. The faster you stir, the smaller the curds, and the creamier the final interior will be. Scrape the sides constantly so nothing overcooks. This is the critical transition phase. After 25 seconds of agitation, your 150 grams of eggs will look like a loose, wet scramble. Immediately drop the heat to maintain a pan surface of 120 degrees Celsius, or 250 degrees Fahrenheit. Stop stirring entirely. Use your spatula to quickly smooth the surface into an even layer, filling any gaps. Let the pan sit undisturbed for 10 to 15 seconds. This brief resting period allows the bottom to coagulate into a smooth, seamless skin, while the top remains beautifully bavouze, a delicate weeping custard. The contrast in textures is the whole point of the dish. Now we roll. Remove the pan from the heat, relying on the ambient room temperature of 21 degrees Celsius or 70 degrees Fahrenheit to finish the process. Tilt your skillet upward at a 45-degree angle. Using your spatula, fold the top third of the 15 centimeter or 6-inch egg circle down toward the center. This takes about 5 seconds. Now, firmly tap the handle of the pan with your fist. The shock waves will force the omelette to slide up the far lip of the pan and roll over onto itself, sealing the wet custard inside. The exterior must remain completely blonde. For the final plating, grasp the pan handle from underneath. Invert the skillet over a warmed plate, allowing the omelette to roll out seam side down. It should form a perfect plump cylinder. The residual heat will continue cooking the center, bringing the internal temperature to a flawless 65 degrees Celsius or 150 degrees Fahrenheit. While it rests for 60 seconds, rub the hot exterior with 5 grams, about 1 teaspoon, of cold butter to give it a mirror-like gloss. Finally, sprinkle 3 grams or 1 tablespoon of finely minced chives over the top. The perfect bite awaits. A masterclass in restraint and precision. To replicate this at home, remember these 3 non-negotiable takeaways. First, pre-salt and strain your eggs. It alters the protein structure for a perfectly homogeneous base. Second, control the thermal curve. Start at a foaming 160 degrees Celsius for agitation, then drop to 120 degrees to set the skin. Third, agitate violently but briefly to build microscopic curds before rolling. Thank you to Jacques-Pierre Vasseur and Sarah Jenkins for breaking down the anatomy of a legend. Grab your 8-inch skillet, buy a carton of the best eggs you can find, and get to work.